Hey guys, welcome back to Just Carve Rob. Haha. All right, what are we doing today, Rob? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing. We're going to put the feathers on this bird. Bird. Yep, we're going to bird feather. We're feathering the birds on this bird. We're going to put the feathers on them. All right, so you can see we have drawn the feathers on the bird. On both sides, the long feathers, short feathers. There, we did that side. It won't sit that way because of that little knob over there. Okay? And he doesn't really get, we're just going to give the illusion of feathers here. Okay? Because that's what they did in the book. The book. Okay. So you can see what they did here in the book. The book. Basically, these are just like cutting hairs, basically. Okay? Like cutting hairs on your wood spirit beard with mustache. Well, I don't, that hairs. Okay? They're just little straight lines, boop, 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 boop. And up here, they're little straight lines, but they're a lot closer together, right? Whoop, 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 whoop. And they whoosh, whoosh. They're whooshing like this, up on a point to give them that angry, I missed that fish, I dove down out of the sky and I missed them. That type of look, He's really mad because he didn't get dinner. All right, so let's go ahead and get this party started. What are we going to be using today to carve with Just Carve Rob? We're going to be using my favorite tool, the SCM High Speed Air Tool. SCM High Speed Air Tool from the company SCM S.C.M. See? Right there. www.scmart, so scmart.com. If you want to get one of these awesome little air engravers, high-speed air engraver, 400. That's right, folks. I said it. 400,000 RPMs. 400,000. So yeah, we're going to be using that. And yes, we are sponsored by SCM. Okay? But I did have to buy this tool myself. Okay? So I bought one of these myself. But they have been helping out with burrs and stickers and hopefully some cleaning oil. We're just about out. And yep. So thank you, SCM. Dave over SCM. Thanks a lot. Thank you for your support. I do. You would not know how much I appreciate it. All right. So, we will be using kutzall burrs. Yes, we are an affiliate of Kutzall, just to let you know. And we will be using kutzall burrs somewheres along the line here today. And we will be using our Amazon burrs too, and all the stuff we use for cutting feathers. I got right now in the microcarver, I have an inverted cone burr. Came with one of those sets of 20 for 10 or 15 bucks off Amazon, just in case you guys wanted to know. We will be using the razor tip wood burner to give this guy some color here. Alright, now remember guys, this bird is made of balsa. It's been a challenge carving this balsa wood because the soft spots are like toilet paper soft. The hard spots are hard, like harder than basswood in some spots. And the hard spots vary up and down as far as their hardness goes. So it's not like, okay, this is a hard spot, I can use this much pressure. Okay, this is a soft spot. Like on this bird, This side is super duper soft. This side is super duper hard. And the wood grain looks the same. I mean, it's not like you can tell by looking at it which side's going to be hard, which side's going to be soft. So, I would suggest if you're going to carve, stay away from the balsa wood, people. It's just terrible wood to carve, in my opinion. Terrible wood to carve. It doesn't want to carve with knives. Knives just tend to squish it. You know, just like trying to carve a sponge with a knife, it isn't going to work. The power tools are buzzing through. It's working. Power tools are working good because they're like, you know, like mean little porcupine beavers, just tearing it up. But yeah, you have to use a super duper light touch on some spots, and you got with other spots. There goes my clamp. All right, so let's get this thing started. We'll get the vacuum fired up, and then I'll do the doggone voiceover. All right. Right, Spike? All right. And here we are at the voiceover. Sarah, did you see what happened? Yeah, I seen this dude use an SEM high-speed air tool to cut out feathers on a that grumpy hawk. That's what I seen. Okay, so we're carving the grumpy hawk. We have the SEM high-speed air tool, and we have a pointy finishing bit in the SEM high-speed air tool. And believe me, it's really pointy. Okay, and we got this cranked up to 3 times the speed, in case you're wondering. Otherwise, you know what happens otherwise. Yep, we make a 45-minute carving video that nobody watches. Because it's too boring. Everybody wants to get to the end and see what the bird looks like. If that's your plan, just skip ahead. You don't have to listen to all my nonsense for almost 15 minutes, it looks like. Where time is at 16:28.3 is how long our video is tonight. I know some of my faithful subscribers watch the whole thing, and most of them don't. And I don't blame them. Yep, so you can just skip on down to the end and see what he looks like. We do get him all carved out in this video. Spoiler alert. And we're cutting all the feathers in with the SEM high-speed air tool. I think I already said that. I like this. It's more accurate than the wood burner. Okay. Trying to do this with a wood burner, it takes a special talent, and I don't have it yet. Ben over there at Studio on the Lake, he uses that wood burner, man, whips out feathers like you wouldn't believe. I kind of get lost with it because, especially on balsa wood, this stuff just disappears when you hit it with heat. You can see we're cutting in the feathers on his back. On his tail, I did use some 2-part epoxy. Kind of like epoxy sculpt or the wood stuff Ben uses. It's a 2-part epoxy, smush it together. I was afraid the tail was going to break off because the balsa wood, the grain on this is running up and down. So I was really afraid that tail was going to snap off. So I went and put some of that epoxy on there. It's like a putty almost. And we switched over the SEM high-speed air tool to football burr, flame burr. And we're just putting them straight lines in there. Well, they're not exactly straight, but little divots to give the effect of the hair running down, them little tiny pin feathers. And now we got the razor tip out, and we're going through and giving it a little color. I don't know if I'm going to paint this guy. You'll see at the end. I might end up painting his wings. I think they're going to stay a little too light even after we would burn them. So now I'm going through with the micro carver with the inverted comb burr just to give them chest feathers a little more depth. And now we're moving right into the little tiny, like little tiny hair pin feather things around his head. And they will get bigger towards the back. Up by the face and the mouth, we're going to keep them nice and tight and small. And then as we get further back in the head, we'll make them a little bit bigger. And we'll wood burn all of that with the razor tip. I don't know if I showed it or forgot to turn I probably forgot to turn the camera on. As I'm editing this, I see that there is no, other than what you just seen, that little bit of wood burning. It doesn't look like I recorded it. So I'm sorry for that, guys. That's all I can say about that. So we're working in all these little pin feathers. I know they don't show up good on the camera because of the color of the wood. So we're just going to have to muddle through it. And you'll see what happens at the end here after it's wood burnt. And Ben, I do believe you can fit 1,000 lines in an inch, because I laid down probably 35 trillion lines on this bird head with that wood burner. I don't even know why I bothered with the carving burr. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I cut the feathers using the SCM high-speed air tool. You can see we're undercutting them like they're, I tell you, if they were more uniform, they'd be just like cutting fish scales, all right? So you just undercut the one in front of each one, right? See wherever I'm touching with that high-speed air tool, I'm undercutting that next feather. And then I'm flattening it out a little bit. And then undercut that feather. Pushing the nose of that feather, the front side of that feather, down under the other feather. And that's all it is. It's just like stacking fish scales, except I'm making them puff up a little bit higher. Of course, in wood carving, we always exaggerate to create that shadow that we're looking for, right? So we're pushing that down and under. And then we're shaping the top side. And if it gets a little too thin, then we go back and we recut under it again. And so forth and so on until we get it to look the way we want it to look in our mind. Or because a flat picture really don't tell you much. Alright, so that's what we're doing here. We're just undercutting it all. Right there is a good example. See how I'm pushing the back of that feather down under the front of the other feather? Right there, zip right across, and then shape back. And zip right across, and then feather it back. And now, see how we're undercutting all of the longer feathers? Up underneath those upper wing feathers. I don't even know what they're called. I know the long ones, I think, are called flight feathers, because that's what actually the bird uses to glide with or whatever. I'm not, believe me, I'm no authority on birds. You'll have to ask Ben. I'm sure he knows all the technical terminology for the delineation of the wings on the bird. All right. So this has been a real fun and interesting and actually quite a learning experience for me on the little hawk here, a little grumpy hawk. It's been fun. I've been liking the comments that you guys are sending my way. I've been talking to Jordy a little bit. He's really wanting to cast that wood spirit shelf that he just made. I'd make 2 of them and put a board across so it'd be a cool bookshelf, right? Right. Alrighty, guys. The bird is done. He is carved. Not going to carve on him anymore, I don't think. So that's what he came out looking like. And so all we got to do is paint him. Carve some bark on this tree maybe. I signed him. It's all signed up. So that'll be it for this one. I think this is part 3. I don't know if I'm going to do the video on the tree. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me carve this. It won't be till tomorrow or this week that the rest of this tree will get carved. But if you want to see it get carved, leave me a comment. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and carve it off camera. Alright, so that's what he came out looking like. I showed you a little bit of carving the feathers in. Ben over at Studio on the Lake does a much better feather job. But then again, this is a caricature. It's not a real bird. Bird, bird, bird. The bird is the word. I said the bird, bird, bird. The bird is the word. I said the bird, bird, bird. The bird is the word. I said the bird, bird, bird. The bird is the word. I said the bird, bark. The bird, bark. The bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Alright, enough of the foolishness. We will catch you guys on the next one, alright? Alright, alright, Spike? Alright. So share, subscribe, like, hit that bell if you want notification. And please hit like. It helps out the channel like you guys wouldn't believe. Alright? So please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And please, as always, share our videos amongst your friends. Alright? So, be awesome. Carve something awesome. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Alright? Alright. Bye-bye.